Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, and welcome to Daddy Daughter Discussions. This is where I get together with my daughter Patrice, and we talk about all the things that daddies and daughters around the world might be wanting to ask each other, but could be afraid to ask or just haven't got around to it. How you doing today, Patrice?
I am doing wonderfully. How are you?
I'm fine. Now, I know you're a hair guru, and I was surprised that you got your hair wrapped up for the night.
Yes, I just washed it in
Oh,
deep condition.
oh, you just watched it. Oh, okay. I thought you was going for the Erica Badu look or something like that.
No.
You always look well. You always look beautiful, regardless. We know that, and I love the way you keep it real, and you're so what's the word? Ambitious about doing your thing that you're just ready to knock it out, and because you are all substance, and you got some flash, but mostly substance. So I want to ask you this. I saw people talking about this Kylie Jenner challenge, this thing with this white girl with these supposedly big lips, and
Mm.
everybody's doing this thing. The doctors say it's dangerous, where they're sucking on the glasses or whatever to suck the air out to make their lips big. What did you think about all this when you saw it?
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. Why do you think it's ignorant?
Well, for me, if I must say so myself, I already have voluptuous lips, so I don't have to do anything like that. But I mean, sucking your lips inside of a bottle, it is very dangerous. And not only that, like people were busting their lips. People were like got bruises around their mouths. Like some people's lips like literally did like this is their lips before and then this is their lips afterward. Like my fist is their lips. Like that's
Ooh.
how hard they were poking at. It looked absolutely ridiculous. Like it was absolutely disgusting. And I think that the reason why I think that it's ignorant is because you're following a trend that somebody else made up that she didn't even do herself. That girl had got them lip injection things.
Mm.
So
Well,
why are you sucking your lips in a shot glass?
Kylie says she never got lip injections. What do you think? You
She's
think she's
lying.
lying? Yeah,
Yeah.
really. Well, here's the funny thing to me. First of all, I did think it was silly too, but I don't understand this. I was like, okay, let me just watch the video so I can research what's going on before you and I were going to talk about it. And I was like, she doesn't have voluptuous lips. Those are not full lips. I mean, if she was a black woman, those would be
Very small.
barely average. Those would be
Mhm.
like, I mean, it's not like she's an ugly person. Not like her lips are bad. But
Mhm.
I know I could probably name 30 black women with fuller lips than she has. Do you think that people are obsessed with it? There you go. Start with you. So I don't understand this. Why is it that when a white girl takes a black girl's look, somehow she becomes like this
Trendy.
megastar, when the truth is like you can find 100 black women that that are far more attractive. What do you think it is about the white black thing that makes people start tripping like that?
Well, I mean, it's mass media. It's mass media. If you think about it, I don't know. I can't say necessarily why it's like that, but I mean, she wore dreads before, and that was a bit. It was a big issue with her because she had gotten the faux locks, and when she did it, it was trendy. But when Zendaya did it, she looked like a Jamaican who smelled like weed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think that that's really just something that, I mean, you can't ask me that because I honestly don't know. But for some reason, when whites do something, it's cool, it's trendy, it's sexy, it's cute. Katy Perry, she wore a grill and had cornrows in one of her last videos and was eating watermelon. How the hell is that trendy? When we get made fun of for things like that, my butt, I get people look at me and they're like, "Oh, you ain't got no booty." But if a white girl has my butt, then she's thick, she's sexy, she's all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just for some reason, if white people do it, it's just like it turns from gold to platinum. And my question is, why have African Americans been treated so poorly? Like Sarah, what was her name? Sarah Bartman or something like that.
Hmm.
Sarah Bartman got teased for her behind and her breasts, and she was put in a circus. But now you see white women getting their breasts done, getting their butts done, and I even see some black women getting their butts done. And I'm just like, why are you glorifying something that someone was treated so poorly off of? You know what I mean? And she ended up dying because she was raped so many times. She had so many diseases. So how do you feel how can you feel good about that? You know what I mean? And it's just, I think it just kind of goes into me being 25. Yes, I am 25. I'm not 12. Me being 25, I've always felt like it's about me being comfortable with who I am. And now I'm finally to that point. I would never suck my freaking lips into a shot glass just to make them look bigger. My lips are good enough for me. I'm not going to get butt injections just to make my butt look bigger. My butt is good enough for me. And I think that that's what a lot of teenagers struggle with, because if you notice, it was a lot of teenagers and a lot of like college kids who did that stupid stuff. And I think that it's just time for them to just say, I'm good enough the way that I am. Forget what Kylie Jenner's doing. Forget what Kim Kardashian's doing, because the whole Kardashian family is a hot ass mess. Forget what they're doing. Why can't I just be me? Forget keeping up with the Kardashians. I'm gonna keep up with Patrice because I can barely even keep up with my damn self. So I'm not gonna be sucking my lips up in no shot glass.
Well, I agree with you 100%. I mean, I think that I wonder what happens to the self-esteem of young women. Like, who erodes at their self-esteem so much that they feel like they need injections, or have to be just ultra skinny in order to look good. That's another thing I never understood. And black people really don't. We don't have this problem as much, but I would always be so confused when I would see a white girl who weighs 110 pounds say, I'm fat, I need to lose weight.
Come
I'm
on, man.
like, who put, like, what is in going on in your mind where you can look in the mirror and you are skinnier than oxygen? Like, you are so skinny, like you barely exist, but you still think you need to lose weight. You know what? I saw this thing one time on TV where there was this plastic surgeon, and they just milk people's insecurities with this stuff. This plastic surgeon was seeing this girl. There were two girls and they would just love to get surgeries together. Like, they both were like 20 and had like 10 surgeries each, and they would talk about how every time they go get lipo, they would eat ice cream the night before. So they went to this surgeon, right? So the surgeon was gonna do something with the girl's chin, like it's just some stuff that you couldn't barely notice the difference. And then he asked the other girl. He said, "Are you here? Are you gonna get a procedure too?" And she said, "No, no, no. I don't need anything." And he said, "Well, you sure?" He said, "What about that right there?" And he pulled out a little tiny piece of fat on her waist, and you could see the girl's reaction slowly changing. Well, she was like, "Well, I don't think I need anything." He's like, "Well, right here, I could get rid of that for you." And she was like, "You can?" And you could see where he was making her more and more insecure, and eventually she went ahead and got the surgery. And it's always crazy to me because I think surgery is something you get when you really need it, maybe when you might
Like when
die.
you're sick.
Right, when you might die or your life is significantly has been hindered to the point where you have to get the surgery to have a normal life. But
Right.
getting a little fat removed, or a little that change in your nose, or getting some old Kylie Jenner lips. I mean, that's just crazy. In fact, I mean, didn't I mean, you talk about the effect it can have on all women. I mean, Kanye West's mother, didn't she die from one of those surgeries too? Which I think is so unfortunate because she was such an amazing woman. She was so beautiful.
I was gonna say she was gorgeous. I thought his mom was beautiful. I didn't see anything that needed to be done. And if you think, and I mean, when you look at people like that, it's weird because I see little Kim, and every time I think about black women getting plastic surgery, that's the person that pops into my head. And little Kim before was beautiful. There was nothing wrong with little Kim. I mean, she was a cutie pie. And now she got surgery and she's ugly. So I'm just like, okay, so what did you get out of this?
Mm,
What did you get out of it? Because we all seen the new pictures that surfaced and she looks a hot ass mess.
mm.
She
I
was beautiful at first.
I think those surgeries just fool people. Like, it's like if you keep tinkering with what God created, eventually you get a Frankenstein thing going on. Like, most of the women that get, or and men too, that get just one surgery after another, eventually they start to look plastic. They start to look unnatural. Stuff just looks bloated and twisted and swollen and frozen, and it's just crazy. And it is, and I tell you, the scariest thing I saw was like these butt injections. When you got these women getting all kinds of
The black
ridiculous
market
stuff.
one. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
the black market butt injections. And I mean, did you see that it was in Essence magazine?
Transformation.
No, no, they had a lady on there who had got a butt injection and she had to get her arms and her legs amputated.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think did she have dreadlocks or something?
I don't remember if she had dreadlocks, but it was a scary image because they had her sitting there. She was looking very classy. She had on a nice dress, but she literally had no arms and no legs because she had to get everything amputated because she got these infections from these injections, and it's just so sad, because I mean I guess maybe people feel like they need it, but it's unfortunate that people's self esteem can be eroded that bad that they feel that they have to get something like that. You know?
Mhm. And um, as far as that goes, I think that I think that ugh, the black market injections, those, I will say, if you did want to do something like that to your bottom, go see an actual doctor, because the black market ones, I've actually like researched it, and I've seen like 2020 interviews and date night interviews, or yeah, where like people go to prison for that, because they will inject like jello
Like
into
crazy
your butt.
crazy
Like, and I'm
glue
talking
and
about like
yeah,
medical jello,
concrete.
meaning like the kind of jello you eat, like cherry jello, into your butt just to give you butt injections. And then these people die. And my thought is, it's unfortunate that they died, but why were you there in the first place? Why were you trying to get a procedure like that done in the first place in such an unsafe manner? Nothing's sanitary, nothing's clean, and you're allowing this person to stick needles into your butt, and you don't know what they're putting inside of you. They could be damn putting, I don't know, hot cocoa into your butt, and you wouldn't know it. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, it's leaking, and you're ready to sue them. But how can you sue them when you were doing something that was illegal in the first place?
Mm. Well, and that's big business too. I one time I had a lady that emailed me because she was telling me about the dark side of like the stripper industry, like the really bad parts, and how she said she used to work for what she called a butt doctor. She said, 'cause I said, well, what did you do? How did you know the people that she was telling me about? And she said, well, I used to work for a butt doctor. I was like, what is that? And she said that a doctor used to come from Brazil and inject the strippers, butts, and the stories that she told me were just crazy. And I think that you just kind of have like this segment of people that somehow have been convinced that having the big butt is something you should do at all costs. You should be willing to die for it. And maybe it's also a matter of us just as a society. We're more focused on the superficial instead of the what's really inside a person. And I just think it's sad. And one other thing that's really interesting to me too is that you will see attributes on the black woman. I think the black woman, Malcolm X said that the black woman is the most disrespected creature on the earth, and I agree with him. And you'll talk about, you can talk about things that black women have, like maybe the fuller lips or the nicer butt or the, different curves or whatever. And people will clown that. They'll say, like Janet Jackson was told she couldn't be a dancer because her butt was too big. People will make fun of women with big lips. But then, now you got all these white women that, if they get big lips or a big butt, they become superstars. Like,
And it's socially okay.
right,
Exactly.
right. Or like J Lo. Like everybody talk about J Lo's butt. J Lo's butt. I even read somewhere. I don't know if this is true. Something about her butt being insured, like because it was
Yeah,
worth
for
so
like
much
a
money,
million dollars or
for like
something.
millions of
But
dollars. Yeah,
people don't understand, J Lo probably wears a size 12. I know women who wear 14, 16. So where are we going with this? Her butt's not all that amazing. She has an average size body. She's just not black, so for some reason it's different, and it's amazing and it's glorious.
right. If J Lo were a black woman, people wouldn't even talk about her butt.
Nobody would
No, no
care.
one would have ever brought it up. It wouldn't even matter because you could walk down the street in any hood and you're gonna find at least 10 butts better than J Lo's within the first 5 minutes. And so I don't get it. I don't understand.
One right here.
Oh, look at you. Go ahead. Go with
I'm
your
just
bad
kidding.
self. Go with your bad self. Just a man killer, girl.
God.
Anyway, did you have any other thoughts about Kylie Jenner? I'm kind of done. I don't have nothing else to say about it. What are your
Well,
thoughts?
she's like 17.
I saw that she was dating that rapper, that dude that
Yeah,
was
she's
like
dating
20.
Tyga, and Tyga's like 25.
Mm,
They haven't admitted to dating because she's underage, but they're always together. So,
mm. Well, I mean, I guess I mean, obviously, it's not legal, which is why a person shouldn't do it. But I guess you have people that do that kind of stuff. But I think sometimes if you're in too much of a rush to grow up and you want to date all these older people, that you could be putting yourself at a huge disadvantage because older people know tricks that you don't know.
hmm
Like when on college campuses when you see freshman girls come in and they're excited to get a boyfriend and stuff, they don't understand. You got some guys on there that are waiting for you before you get there. They're waiting to run
hmm
game on you, waiting to tell you any lie they can tell you to get in your
my
pants.
freshman year of college, They had the football players helping all the students, helping all the freshmen move in, and you should have seen how ridiculous these football players were acting. Like, I mean, as soon and it wasn't just me. It was pretty much every freshman girl. As soon as we got out of the car, like 6 or 7 of them would rush up to the car. How you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, chill. Nobody wants you. But the one person that I do blame for Kylie growing up so fast is her mom, because her mom doesn't see anything wrong with her 17-year-old daughter posting pictures on Instagram in a bikini. You know what I mean? Like, and like, it's not like she's posting pictures of her standing with friends taking a picture. It's like a sexual picture. Like, she has her butt poked out. You know what I mean? Like, she does a lot of inappropriate things that I don't think that a 17-year-old should do. And then, I feel bad for those 17-year-old girls who dress modestly and who do what they're supposed to do, and they don't go to the club on weekends. They go to sleepovers on weekends. They don't go on vacation with their 25-year-old boyfriend in the summer. They go to summer camps. You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad for them because people look down on them as if they aren't living the life that they should live, when really it's Kylie Jenner. She hasn't even finished high school. So I'm just like, okay, what do you have besides the quotation of being a bad bitch? What are you gonna, and me and you, we talked about this whole bad bitch thing anyways, and I'm just like, okay, so what is she gonna have when she's 40? No high school education and a tiger? Because Tiger, he act like he don't want to leave her, but I think he should. I think he can find something better than Kylie and Black China. But I'm just like, what is she gonna have when she gets 40 years old? You know what I mean?
And it's funny, like dating the guys like the Tigers of the world. I mean, think about it. Every year there's like rappers that come out with 1 or 2 hit songs and then they disappear. Like, I was asking somebody about Hurricane Chris. Remember Hurricane Chris? Halle Berry, Halle Berry. Let's get ratchet. Let's get ratchet. I said to somebody, I said, where is Hurricane Chris? I said, is he working at Burger King or something? Like, I have not heard nothing from Hurricane Chris, but he used to be the biggest rapper out there. So sometimes,
At one point, yeah.
What you say?
I said at one point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes somebody's big in the industry for a short period of time, and then they fall off. And then, so if that's your man, then he falls off, you falling off too. That money stops flowing. And the other thing is that, those guys, some, not all of them, but a lot of them will end up spending a whole lot of money and just living this real fast-paced lifestyle. That's why a lot of them end up going broke. So really, that's not the kind of man that a woman should try to have a long-term relationship anyway most of the time, because that fast life always catches up with you. Like, to me, I think if you try to get something longer term, a woman is better off not running around advertising breasts and wings and thighs and everything, because you might be attracting the wrong kind of element anyway. You might be attracting men with a sexual basis to the attraction, and it's very hard for a man to go from a sexual attraction to a deeper attraction, but it is easy for a man to go from a deeper attraction to a sexual attraction. You know what I mean? Like, you can go one direction, but it's hard to go the other direction. So a lot of times that girl who does go to the library or does go to church and dress modestly, she does have a certain kind of appeal to a good man. You're not going to get every man coming after you, but some of those men you don't want coming after you. You want them to go. You want them to go for the jump off chick or the fast girl or whatever. I mean, you don't want those guys. Some of those guys will come and give you an appearance that they're interested in you as a person, only because they're thinking about something else. But a guy who's willing to be patient for you typically is a man who has a longer term interest in you. And if that's what you want, then that's how you get it. Now, if all you want is over a one night stand, then yeah, I mean, you wear the skimpy outfit, you draw the man, pull him in, or whatever. But I think if a woman's looking for something like serious and deep and meaningful, you don't want to be giving everything away on the first day. Like let him earn it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
That's just like guys. Like, I notice a lot of guys, like, if they like a girl, they'll show her that they have money by like buying certain things or wearing certain types of clothing. And I'm just like, okay, well, what if one day you're broke, or you don't have the money for dinner that night or whatever? You know what I'm saying? What if she decides she doesn't want to talk to you anymore? Would it really be her fault? Because all you portrayed is that you a rich nigga who don't care about nobody, and you a real nigga, and da 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 da. When in reality, you probably make $20,000 a year, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But some people put on this appearance like they're millionaires. And I mean, we see, I think we see that a lot though, like in the media and stuff. When a guy goes bankrupt, or if he's not doing so well, he's not doing as many movies anymore, or he leaves the NBA or the NFL, his whoever his finance girlfriend or his trophy wife was, she's on to the next player. I mean, Evelyn Lozada. Evelyn
Yeah.
Lozada, she's been with a few ball players. And now Chad Ochocinco, he's not doing that good anymore. So she moved on to a millionaire baseball player.
Hmm.
What if he's not doing that good anymore? Then what's she going to do? You know what I'm saying? She has a child with this man.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, you see, you have a lot of people that will try to show you how much they have in order to get your interest. Like a lot of
And
guys,
she dated that Antoine guy that you went to UK with.
yeah, Antoine Walker. And
He's
then
one of them.
when he lost his money, she was gone. And that
Mm-hmm.
man ran through $110 million or something like that, which is crazy. And it was sad. It was sad to see that. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think that when you talk about flash versus substance, a lot of people don't know the difference. And I think that like when I went to a wedding today, one of the things I remember, when I saw this wedding, you and I know who it is, but I'm not going to embarrass the person. I remember one thing he told me about his wife was he said she's a really pleasant person and she's a
Mm-hmm.
smart person and stuff like that, and he could really connect to her on that in that level. Now he likes, he might have been attracted to girls who, had the flash and wore the skimpy outfits and all that, but that wasn't who he was thinking about trying to make his wife because I think a lot of women forget that there's a lost art of just being a pleasant person, being an intelligent person that a man can connect to. I mean, so it doesn't mean that looking good doesn't matter. It all plays a part, but people overemphasize one without thinking about the other. Like, because you got a lot of women on reality TV that are all looks, all beauty, but no brains, no soul, no class, no nothing. I mean, no, don't no decent man want to be around all that. There's almost nothing I see on reality TV that attracts me. Nothing at all. So that's my two
Just if,
cents.
if, if that's what you're attracted to, then don't expect to be attracted long because people grow up. You know what I mean? And like I remember in high school, there were girls who wanted the popular football players and the popular basketball players or whatever, and now you see where they are, and half of them got 5, 6 kids, and they didn't even go to college. They didn't go to the NBA. They didn't do none of the stuff that anybody thought that they would do. You know what I mean? So I think that some people just really get caught up on appearance and what it looks like for the moment, and that's really unfortunate because I think that that is what stops you from loving someone because you are looking for what's in the moment. You're not necessarily looking for what can last your lifetime.
There you go.
And
Oh, go ahead.
another thing to mention before we stop, because we've been on here for 25 minutes. Sorry, but I noticed that Amber Rose took a picture on the beach, and you know who Amber Rose is. She's Kanye West's ex-girlfriend. Well, I'm not gonna say anything bad about her, and the reason why I'm not gonna say anything bad about her is because she had taken a picture on the beach, and she had on like a bikini. But since she had her kid or whatever, I guess she gained a little weight or whatever. And so somebody had posted the picture of her before her kid, and then posted a picture of her after her kid. And she had like some stretch marks on her thighs or whatever, and she had like some cellulite in her legs, and you know what I'm saying? Like she looked like she had gained a little weight. What do you think about that? It's like women who have children, women who are in the media and they have children and whatnot, they get dogged for looking like a regular human being after they have their children instead of getting a ton of work done to make their bodies perfect once again, which we all know, and I'm sure that anybody who's looking at this knows that once you have a kid, I don't have any children, but once you have a kid, the stretch marks come into play. You get a little bit more cellulite, you gain some weight. So why are people so caught up on teasing her for being a human? Because technically that's what it is. Her body did what it was supposed to do.
Well, I would say in the case of Amber Rose, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Nobody knew Amber Rose as any kind of intellectual or any kind of amazing personality. They didn't know her for any kind of talent, like singing or acting or anything like that. They knew Amber Rose because she dated Kanye West and married Wiz Khalifa, and also they knew Amber Rose because she liked to flaunt her body. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong or anything like that, but if that's what you're living off of, if all you're living off of is what you look like, then when you lose that, you're gonna lose everything. And so I think that that's a cautionary tale. I mean, I think Amber has a right to be whoever she wants to be, but as you know, there's nothing appealing about her to me. But it's a lot of it is because For her, it's like it's all about the power of her sexuality. That's pretty much what she is known for. That's pretty much what she shows on Instagram and Twitter and all this other stuff. And it's like, I mean, okay, I mean, good for you, but now you're a mother. Now what you got? And I think that's an interesting measuring stick. Same thing with men. Like, you got some men that might, be big shots because they have money. But the question is, when you have no money, what do you got? What are you with no money? Same thing with a woman like Amber Rose. Okay, you get all these props because you got this banging body and guys, are digging it. But what happens when you weigh 250 pounds, and you got stretch marks? Like, are people still going to be interested in you? And in Amber's case, I would have to say the answer is probably no. But Oprah done weighed 100 pounds. She done weighed 250. Hey, Oprah done went up and down. But Oprah's always got respect because people, they don't look to Oprah for something just physical. I mean, she wants to look nice and look pretty, but they know Oprah is so much more than just an image on the screen. So I think there's a lesson in all of that. Amber Rose ain't gonna last forever. They're gonna find another Amber Rose in about 2 years. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
What you think they gonna say about Bruce Jenner after he goes through his transformation?
I have no comment. I could just say this. It is interesting to see a man who in 1976 was considered to be the greatest athlete on the planet to suddenly become a woman. That is very, very strange for me.
It's
But
so funny though, because I was actually watching the interview before we decided to do this interview, and he was talking about it, and he was saying, he wanted to make the transformation, but he's not gay.
so what,
So,
is he gonna be a lesbian?
are you a lesbian? Right.
Right? Like, I ain't trying to explain it. I don't know. I don't get it. I have no comment about that anymore. I mean, it's just like, good luck, man. Good luck.
Right.
I thought it was a
Right.
joke. When I saw the story, I really thought it was a joke.
Me too.
Yeah, you know
Because
what?
it just seemed like it came out of nowhere. But then you have to think about the type of wife that he had. She was very bossy. She just kind of walked all over him. So it would kind of make sense that he would want to be a girl. Because she treated him like one.
Yeah. That lady's a trip. She is a trip. Well, did you know Kim Kardashian's father, Robert, was a famous lawyer? Did you know that?
He fought for OJ.
Yep, he did. He did. Yep, that's how the Kardashian name became public. Was the father being the lawyer? I don't know how the daughters became desocialized. Like, that's just weird to me.
Because Kim Kardashian made a sex tape.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But
And
she,
her mother, well, some people don't want to believe it, but supposedly her mother is the one who sold the sex tape. They say it was sold by a third private party and blah, blah, blah. I honestly believe her mother sold that sex tape because her mother wants her kids to be famous so freaking bad. And that woman is pitiful. And you know what's sad? What actually made me tear up a little bit was that I was watching this interview and Bruce Jenner, as he's talking, Diane Sawyer, she actually has a chance to talk to his sister, and I want to say his brother, or no, like a doctor, and then his 4 children from his previous marriages were asked questions. Not once did I see any of the Kardashian kids. Not once. And I think that is so sad because he helped raise them. He helped raise them, and even the two younger girls, Kylie and Kendall, they weren't there. And those are his youngest children, and these other 4 children, which I actually think that one of them is like his son's girlfriend, was on there, and they did this interview, and he at one point he had actually had issues with them because, or well, they had issues with him because he had spent more time around the Kardashian kids than he spent around them, and they're actually there for him in this tough time, and the Kardashians are just making lip challenges.
mm, well, that says a lot. That says a lot,
I think
Bruce.
that's so sad, and I honestly feel bad for him, and I feel like the same thing's gonna happen with Kanye West and Tiger probably because every time that a man leaves their family, they treat him like crap. With Lamar Odom, his drug addiction, I feel like if Chloe was really a true wife to him and truly loved him, she would have stayed with him and she would have helped him through that, but she didn't. Rob Kardashian, they're saying that he has an issue and he needs to get over it and blah 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 because now he has a drug addiction, but that's their brother. It's
Mm.
like they exile men out so badly, and I think that is just really really sad. And I think that Kanye West is gonna have a really hard time with that if when him and Kim Kardashian get a divorce because
Mm.
I can see that coming eventually one day.
She said when they get a divorce, huh?
Yeah, because I mean, they just you can. I honestly feel like Kim is with him because he's Kanye West, and I could be wrong,
Mm.
but I don't think that I am.
Well, it sounds like Kylie Jenner comes from an interesting family, so sounds like this lip challenge is a natural thing to expect. I don't know why they're famous. I don't know anything that any of them are good at, but I guess maybe they're good at just being famous. So
Making challenges.
and making challenges. All right. Well, you know what? We are going to. We did our challenge. We talked and got a chance to talk out a good issue. So I appreciate you taking on the challenge of coming on camera with your towel on your head. That's cool. That's a first.
Thank you.
But I love it though. It's very tastefully done. Very tastefully done, and
Oh, thank you.
I like it. You keep it real, and that's what I respect. All right.
Our next we should do in Costa Rica.
Yep. What about? Yep, we will. Absolutely. We're going to Costa
Okay,
Rica in
so
a
we'll see
couple
you
weeks.
guys in Costa Rica.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna do something in Costa Rica. I can't wait, can't wait. And everybody, this is Patrice Johnson. She blogs under the name Naturally Treese on naturallymoi.com, and she's also my lovely, lovely daughter. And I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. And don't forget, we have a new film out called Resurrecting Black Wall Street about the Black Wall Street atrocity in 1921. I hope you will support the film. Please do, please do, please do. It's at resurrectingblackwallstreet.com. That's resurrectingblackwallstreet.com. Until we meet again, please stay strong, be blessed, and be educated. And Patrice, I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye bye.